Ball is in the air. No competition there for Damian Forrest. Here's how North Alabama lines up. Second straight game, Tony Pujols used this starting lineup. Again, it's D'Italian Brown starting in place of Peyton Youngblood.
D'Italian Brown gets the nod because of his defensive intensity and effort. His shooting is going to come. He struggled to start so far in this year, but defensively he brings so much to the table.
A North Alabama turnover. And here's how the Chargers line up, looking for their first win of the season.
Larry Holmes Jr. is their best scorer. Number 35 in black can score at all three levels and will be active in the offensive attack.
Hailing from Laurel, Mississippi. Strong drive in from Singletary. Forrest cleans up the miss. Matt, North Alabama, your map to success for the Lions to get back on the winning track.
It's pretty simple. Coach Pujols says this to his team all the time. Put your standards on display. You've got to keep your standards, be about your team and your growth, but then relentless on the defensive attack. Don't let this team get anything going offensively and do it for 40 minutes. Get that defense going back.
Hard drive in by D'Italian Brown, a foul call. Block, against Brandon Singletary. North Alabama coming off of the loss to Auburn, 70-44. Matt, in that loss, North Alabama held Auburn 14 points below their season average. Auburn, the 10th best scoring team in the nation, an NBA lottery pick in that starting lineup. They had their second lowest field goal percentage, showing 36%.
Yeah, the score doesn't testify to how good North Alabama played at Auburn the other night. They were right there neck and neck for 20, 25 minutes of the game. Auburn's just size advantage is what took over in the paint. But this North Alabama team can defend with anybody and can really slow down. And these players take pride in that. And that's what's fun about watching this team is how much they believe in their defensive effort.
D'Italian Brown goes 1 of 2 from the line. Southeastern Baptist, your map to success for the Chargers.
You have to control possession. North Alabama's forcing 19 turnovers a game. You can't give them extra possessions and sneak out with a win. And then you got to try to avoid the big run. You can't let North Alabama go on a 15, 16, 17-0 type run because you just won't be able to make up that deficit.
Larry Holmes Jr. the miss. C.J. Brim, the super senior, misses. Fight for the offensive rebound. Chapman and Forrest kind of battle each other, and the Chargers come up with it. You'll see that from North Alabama. They encourage selfish rebounding. Hey, somebody grab it.
Yeah, Coach Pujols never get upset when 2 guys from UNA, 3 guys from UNA are battling for the same rebound and don't get it. He wants to see all 5 guys, what they call gang rebounding. Everybody getting after it, trying to get that ball.
Carson inside, misses the flip. Blackman. There it is for Jamari Blackman.
And North Alabama's keys today in the locker room, they were talking about attack early in transition. Southeastern Baptist struggles to get back in transition defense, and right there, North Alabama aggressive. Kick to Jamari Blackman, great shooter who buries the 3.
First field goal of this ball game. Chargers start 0 of 3. North Alabama, the 6th best field goal percentage defense in the nation. Jamari Blackman to the floor right there, a jump ball. Possession stays with Southeastern Baptist. The other big category for North Alabama, 8th nationally, forcing 19.3 turnovers per game.
Yeah, this team's really good at getting their hands in the passing lane. You just saw that right there, one-on-one defensively. They're good at getting deflections, and that's what leads to a lot of turnovers, is they speed teams up because they're so good at getting those deflections.
Forrest snags his 3rd rebound. The extra pass, D'Italian Brown. Can't hit. He follows his own miss with a rebound. Chapman's turn. That one hops in and out.
Good offense by North Alabama. 2 great looks, just couldn't get them to go down. Those are those looks that you go back and watch on film. You wish they would go in because you did everything right. Unselfish, offensive rebound, just couldn't get the points.
Chargers looking for their first bucket. 4 straight misses. Carson's 3 rolls off. C.J. Brim does this, grabs the rebound, takes it coast to coast. Maximum effort every time.
If you're watching number 11 for North Alabama, you better keep your eyes on him because he's quick. You'll lose sight of him as fast as he goes up and down the floor.
listed at 5'9". In 3 of his last 4 games played, he's grabbed 5 or more rebounds, 5 against Auburn.
Like, you want to talk about C.J. Brim, he is all heart. He's going to put his heart on display every time.
Oh, Isaac Chapman off the inbound.
Just a simple straight cut to the basket on the underneath out of bounds, and Isaac Chapman does what he does, and that's fly through the air and finish at the rim.
You watch Isaac Chapman, and you know anytime he leaves the floor on either end of the court, something exciting's coming.
No doubt about it, and he plays so hard and so aggressively. That's what makes him fun to watch.
Holmes Jr. inside, defended well. Chapman came over for the help.
It's a tough shot for Holmes right there in traffic.
Brim dials it up from the corner off the dish from Jamari Blackman. Alabama to open up, and offensively, 3 made field goals, 3 assists.
Yeah, sharing the basketball, being unselfish. Coach Pujols talked about today's about our team growing, and for it to grow, you got to create the right environment. Well, growth in that right environment is everybody being on the same page and unselfish as they play.
Pop Cisse, a rejection. Here's North Alabama, turns to the bench out of the timeout. Leading scorer Daniel Ortiz is in the ball game. And it's a fellow freshman, Dallas Howell, with a floater.
If you watch North Alabama long, you're going to fall in love with Dallas Howell's play off the bench. Just so smart with the basketball, always tends to find a way to make the right play.
Floater misses, Howell cleans up the miss, 8 straight misses from the Chargers. Ortiz launches from straight away. One of the top 3-point shooters in the ASUN, third, knocking down 49% of his 3-point tries.
Yeah, you look at that, and for a North Alabama fan, probably like, was that quick? Yeah, but with Ortiz, you got a 50-50 shot of that ball going in, so you can't blame him when he takes a 3.
We came to practice yesterday. It would have been Friday afternoon. Afterwards, 3 players stuck around, got extra shots. Daniel Ortiz, D'Italian Brown, Omar Figueroa. Another miss from the Chargers. All 3 freshmen. Granted, D'Italian Brown, a second-year freshman.
Well, and those 3 basically live here in Flowers Hall. They're here all the time.
C.J. Brim can't get it to fall. He's sent ahead to the free throw line for 2.
This North Alabama team is really attacking in transition right now. They know they've got an advantage in the break, and they're trying to get a good shot as quickly as they can.
North Alabama, the top free throw shooting team in the ASUN Conference. How about C.J. Brim, a super senior? Post-game after the Auburn loss, you just lose that ball game 70-44. He was asked about the defensive performance, and a big smile came across his face. You got a senior setting the tone for the rest of the team on the defensive end.
Yeah, he leads this team in every category, every level, both sides of the ball, off the court. He's a great leader for this team and really takes pride in doing that.
Slow start at the charity stripe for North Alabama, now 2 of 4. Slow start for the Chargers overall, 0 of 9 from the field.
And the Chargers just got to keep being patient like they are, try to find a good shot, but it's tough to do against this North Alabama team.
Ortiz says, get back, man, a shot clock violation.
Ortiz wasn't fazed by the dribble penetration. He stayed solid, knew what kind of space he needed to close out on that shot under control, and did just that to get the rejection.
Tony Poolhole looking on. He's talked about it every year. We're going to be a team. We're going to hang our hat on the defensive end of the floor.
And this team has probably embodied it more than any other team in Coach Pujols' now 4 years here.
Dallas Howell. Ball bounces. We get to stay on this end with UNA.
They talk about being aggressive, disruptive, and dominant through the lines on the defensive end. And when you talk about those 3 words over and over and over again, that's what allows these guys to just settle in and play the game the way that North Alabama wants to.
Omar Figueroa, who just checked in. And it's Figueroa knocking down the 3.
Southeastern Baptist has switched to a 2-3 zone right there. North Alabama broke it the right way. Move the basketball, dribble penetration, kick it back out, and a good shooter has an open look and buries it. Does Omar Figueroa.
10 straight misses for Southeastern Baptist. And there's a turnover. Figueroa up ahead to Brim. Brim running the floor.
And how about that pass from Omar Figueroa in traffic, left-handed bounce pass across the floor. That's an extremely tough pass, and to do it on target, impressive job by the freshman there.
Glimpses of why they're so excited about Figueroa and his future. And finally, the Chargers knock down a bucket. That's Brennan Singletary.
Singletary's playing the center position for the Chargers, but he's really a guard, and he showed his shooting display right there.
17-0 run, busted up. A lob to Cisse from Ortiz. The big fella can't finish it.
Just too strong was Pop Cisse on that attack right there, but a good look from Daniel Ortiz. Drew the second guy, lofted it up. Cisse just couldn't finish.
So the Chargers went nearly 7 minutes without a field goal, and they nearly miss out on back-to-back buckets.
Great cut by Grover Jr. right there.
Figueroa knocks down another tray ball.
Figueroa came in ready to play today. Second three balls, got the assist. He's forced a turnover. Just doing a little bit of everything here in a quick couple minutes for Omar.
That was a perfect three ball, pulled the net back up through the cylinder. You love to see that.
Yeah, picture perfect right there. Makes the crisp sound of the swish. That's what those players live for right there.
7 on the shot clock. Here's Singletary on the block. Three ball from Peoples rattles in.
And a good unselfish play by Jared Naylor there to hit the one more pass for the easy three for the Chargers.
Cisse's pocket gets picked. Singletary off the turnover, and North Alabama did not get back.
It's a good attack by the Chargers right there. They like to attack in transition as well. They haven't really shown it as much to this point, but we're able to get out and get an easy bucket with numbers right there.
Figueroa. Oh, he's on fire, his third make.
Just keep feeding him if you're the Lions. The guy is in rhythm, and Figueroa hasn't batted an eye today.
The freshman from Puerto Rico has 9. Cisse takes the rebound from Brim. And Brim nearly turns it over. Pre-game. Very excited to be here today. Italian Brown gets inside. Count that one and one.
D Brown, as they lovingly call him, able to get to the rim. He's so tough, you can't really move him through contact. Contact just doesn't even faze him. You're gonna see just right through it. He was ready, had the right touch on that floater. Draws the foul and gets the contact.
The second-year freshman hits the free throw. Made the ASUN all-freshman team a season ago. And you look on the floor for North Alabama, 2 second-year freshmen, a true freshman, a sophomore, and a player in Isaac Chapman who's technically a senior, but he's listed as a junior. He'll have 1 more year of eligibility. Three ball won't fall from Naylor. And another rebound. UNA's top rebounder, Damian Forrest. North Alabama, the top rebounding team in the ASUN. Title they're trying to defend from a season ago.
They take pride in that rebounding too.
Brown can't knock it down. It's a 3 of 16 start from the floor for the Chargers, and there's an and one for Southeastern Baptist. Count the basket for Morian Carson.
Carson just comes free on the backside there in semi-transition. Nobody for the Lions picked him up. Got to communicate in transition defense, know where everybody's at all times.
Carson's free throw is in. Figueroa with his game-high 9 points. He's filling it from 3. He's on fire, his 4th triple.
That gets Figueroa to 12 points, now his season and career high to this point in North Alabama uniform. And that one was just, I'm in rhythm, I'm gonna let it fly, and nothing but nylon again for number 4.
They talk about the shots that freshman Omar Figueroa hits in practice. There's a nice 3 from Keenan Peoples. They say he just hits crazy shots, and he's doing that here this afternoon.
He does, and that's where getting a guy like Figueroa is good for this North Alabama team because he grew up with the ball in his hand, so he's confident with just about any shot.
Will Susi gets in on the three-ball party. He drills his first shot.
It's hard not to love how Will Susi plays. He plays so hard on both ends of the floor, so actively, knocked down some threes earlier in the game, and he's just found his shot as the season continues to develop.
Oh, the backdoor cut. Grover stays with it, can't finish. "12 points for Figueroa. Steps in, he's perfect.
Figueroa starting to get him some fans in the front row behind the bench. Those young fellas over there are loving the show that number 4 in the gray uniform is putting on right now.
21-point advantage for North Alabama. Peoples from way outside. Figueroa takes a tumble. Jared Naylor called for the foul. And Omar Figueroa is set to get a breather. 14 points. He's 5 of 5 from the field.
Yeah, I'm sure he won't be on the bench too long. Gets a good standing ovation from his teammates over there. Nice burst of offense off the bench for North Alabama, whose bench is always productive, and that continues to be the case now. 19 bench points for North Alabama.
Already 9 assists for North Alabama in this ball game, and it really feels like this offense is at its best when they're sharing the basketball.
Yeah, when this team really trusts each other and moves it, it just allows them to get great looks, and these are all good offensive players on the floor. There's not one weak link offensively for North Alabama, and so when you get easy looks, you just do what you do.
Chapman, everybody's making them for North Alabama. That's the 8th three of this first half for UNA.
And on cue, there was a drive from Jamari Blackman, kicks it right into Isaac Chapman's shooting pocket. Just classic teamwork basketball.
Blackman already with 3 assists. Nice pull-up from Glenn Grover Jr.
Grover Jr.'s brought some good energy here since he's checked into the game.
UNA freshman, a true freshman, has scored in double figures.
These freshmen bring a lot to the table. Figueroa, Ortiz, Cisse, these guys were ready to play right away, and they show that they're as confident as they come, not playing like freshmen right now, have adapted quickly to the college level, and just play with such confidence and unselfishness.
Extra pass inside, a foul call against Isaac Chapman. When you watch these UNA freshmen, the word that comes to my mind is fearless. I mean, you got Daniel Ortiz against Auburn leading the way. I mean, they just don't back down.
Yeah, they're not scared of any competition, and they've played tough competition throughout high school, AAU, Figueroa with some national competition with Puerto Rico. That's valuable experience that when they see these other teams on the floor, they've felt that already.
5 on the shot clock. Larry Holmes Jr., the heave. It's another shot clock violation.
And good discipline right there by the North Alabama defense. A lot of times in those scramble late second shot clock situations, you tend to pick up a cheap foul, but the Lions do a good job right there staying solid and not picking up that foul.
The Lions have knocked down 8 threes as Chapman loses the handle. Hill, pocket nearly poked by Jamari Blackman. Blackman, the school's top Division I scorer of all time, a 1,000-point score, and there he is hustling on the defensive end.
Yeah, Jamari Blackman relishes those defensive assignments. You've seen he's picked up the other team's best scorer in Larry Holmes Jr., and he does that every night on the floor.
Forrest alters that shot. Chapman up ahead, able to dance around and lay it in.
Good pitch ahead by D. Brown to Isaac Chapman, who was patient right there, got his feet under him, and was able to knock down that shot.
You talk about Jamari Blackman. He's played 2 SEC games this year. And each time he's guarded the opposing team's top guard, and he's held them under their season averages both times.
He's so good with his feet. He's quick side to side. He doesn't pick up bad fouls, and that's what allows him to guard, and he's just always right there. He's always pressuring, and that's really tough on guards who are used to getting loose, and every time you look up and number 3 is right there on you.
Auburn's top 2 scorers, Jabari Smith and KD Johnson, combined to average over 32 points per game roughly, Well, North Alabama held those two to 17 total points.
It was really impressive effort on those two that you could tell the Lions had a great game plan and stuck to it.
Strong finish for Forrest underneath. A great feed from DJ Ortiz.
Yeah, great job by Forrest there to keep the ball high, go right through the contact, and was able to finish at the rim.
Carson, his float over Howell won't fall. Brown nearly lost the handle. Back to the big fella, Forrest inside. Through the double, he's hacked. From Fort Collins, Colorado.
Personal foul on Chargers, number 34.
And you see right there on the replay, great job as he makes his post move. Forrest again keeps that ball high, and as number 12 there, Singletary swats through, that's what allows him to pick up the foul.
Damian Forrest, UNA's top rebounder on the season. North Alabama has finished top 3 in the league in rebounding each of the first 3 years at the Division I level. And it's Damian Forrest anchoring the rebound effort here in year 4. He knocks down both free throws.
Forrest has done a good job stepping in, knowing that his role was going to be to lead this team in rebounding, and he has done that time in and time out and continues to build his confidence in that area of his game, which will be so key as ASUN play gets here in a couple weeks.
6 of 24 from the field for Southeastern Baptist. Shot clock down to 7. Bobbled on the wing. Carson with one, not aware. Another shot clock violation for this North Alabama defense.
That's where the Chargers bench, somebody that doesn't have the ball has got to be aware of the shot clock. You got to communicate with one another, let your buddy know, hey, shot clock's winding down, start the countdown so you can at least get a shot up.
North Alabama 71% from the field so far. Ortiz, what a feed. Brim can't knock it down.
Good drive by Ortiz, just Brim unable to knock it down off the driving kick.
Hill into the body of Susi, called for the foul.
Personal foul on the Lions, number 0, Bill Susi.
Forrest nearly took away the inbound.
And that's tough to do. That was a tough angle to get your hands in there and force that near turnover, but good job by Dame Forrest staying in his stance, being aggressive.
Substitutions for the Chargers. Matt, you always talk about how tough it is to inbound from this spot right here.
Yeah, it's the hardest spot to inbound because you don't have too many good angles. That's really the only angle you have is the one he just took right there, and even then it was almost a turnover.
The lefty Hill for 3. It's the 6th rebound for Forrest here in this first half. Dallas Howell. Oh, the golden arch.
It's just so pure from number 34. High in the air, great rotation, fundamental shot right there.
3 Lions crash the boards. It's Howell coming away with it. Brim found in transition. North Alabama 9-3.
Down the 3 at a high rate, 9 of 15 from the 3-point line are the North Alabama Lions.
CJ Brim, top 4 in points, rebounds, and assists on this UNA roster. That one hops in and out. It's a UNA team that shoots a lot of free throws in practice.
They take them all the time, every practice, competitively. Got different drills to where they compete in it to make sure they're really knocking down free throws because those are valuable points every night you touch the floor.
Hamilton over a bunch of Lion arms, can't get it to fall.
Good job by that North Alabama defense to defend that without fouling.
Susi to the rack, misses. Forrest cleans it up, but wave it off, he traveled.
Forrest got caught in between when he came down with it. Probably could have gone back up, but he wanted to get a better shot and just didn't keep his feet settled.
18-2 scoring spurt for North Alabama. Shot clock at 5. A deflection. Susi comes away with it. And the Lions get another stand. Susi up ahead to Forrest. Flies through the air for that one.
Great job there. Forrest and Susi got it done on the defensive end. They come right down on the offensive floor, on the offensive end of the floor, and get the dunk for Dame Forrest off the pass from Will Susi. Those two showing their connection here.
And there's another turnover. 7 first-half turnovers for Southeastern Baptist. And Omar Figueroa returns for North Alabama with his game-high 14 points. Alexa Matic in the game for the first time, so Tony Poolhole has now played 11 players in this first half.
And I'll imagine that everybody in the North Alabama uniform is going to play today.
Susi can't find it from the corner.
Zone look from the Chargers right there, forced a contested 3. They're one of the better defensive possessions from Southeastern Baptist today.
Six field goals for Southeastern Baptist, shooting 22% from the floor. Ortiz defending. He might have gotten a hand on that. Susi leads the break. Brim from the corner. Oh, that ball rolls in and out.
I'm not sure how that ball didn't go down. It was right there, but couldn't get it to go. Was C.J. Brim. Good looking transition for North Alabama.
Ave, been there for a while. He said they pretty much came home following the tornado, the destruction, not knowing where it would go. And he said it really kind of cooled down their big moment from the win over Memphis, not knowing what awaited them. Murray okay, but of course some towns around there.
Yeah, definitely praying for and thinking for all those folks, Kentucky, Missouri, Arkansas, Wisconsin, last couple of days. If you can help, definitely help, especially the holiday season. Let's help some families out in this time of need.
Final 90 seconds in this one. Omar Figueroa. Does he want to shoot? He's perfect, 5 of 5. Cisse inside, the jump hook, there's the touch for the big fella.
That's what Pop Cisse does, is he gets to that right shoulder, left-hand hook. That's his move, and when he can get to his right shoulder, he's almost unguardable.
60 seconds left in this one, a 14-0 run for North Alabama. A wild pass. It's Damian Forrest there, he was ready for it on the bench. North Alabama halfway to the century mark. 105 this season high against Oakwood, 103 versus Carver. Cisse back inside, can't get the roll. Susi keeps it alive. Matic can't knock it home. Cisse battling, and finally Brandon Singletary snags it. Shot clock off. The Chargers can get the final shot.
And if you're the Chargers, you really want to get that last shot.
People's baseline. Matic, a rejection. Cisse nearly picked off. 6 on the game clock. Ortiz. Oh, he rattles it in.
When it's your day, and for the Lions, it's that. That ball was about it. Conference play knocking on the door. Such a fun time of the year, especially for college basketball. When that conference season gets rolling, the intensity ramps up, and these young men put everything on the line.
I love it because you can throw records out. They don't matter. You start over 0-0. Bram, the kick to the corner, wave it off. That's a charge. Larry Holmes Jr. absorbs that one.
A good job by Larry Holmes to step in, take that charge. He's the leading scorer for this team, but hasn't been able to get it going. But is able to do it right there defensively for the Chargers. And that's a good start to the half if you're Southeastern Baptist. You get a stop. Now can you get the ball to go through the basket, get a little confidence going?
I'm especially excited for ASUN basketball this year. I just feel like it's the most balanced the league has been in a number of years. And I don't mean that with any disrespect to Liberty. Heck, they've won the last 2. Someone's got to defeat them.
Yeah, and if there's
really the last 3, right?
And if there's a year to do it, no doubt, then it's this year to do it. This league is so loaded from top to bottom. These games are going to be physical. A lot of these teams are really good defensively, and that's what's going to be fun to watch. And then you'll have your teams like North Florida who like to light it up from 3. It's going to be so fun every night with these ASUN matchups, how these teams play and battle, which young men going to rise to the top for all conference, and who's going to find themselves cutting down the nets come March.
Isaac Chapman picks up the foul. Of course, we're familiar with the Birds of Trey, the way they shoot three-pointers under Matthew Driscoll. Inside ball lost. Here comes C.J. Brim. Brim, breakaway, maximum effort.
You're not catching C.J. Brim on the open floor if you're behind him. Just no shot right there for the Chargers, an easy 2 points for North Alabama.
But it's Eastern Kentucky right now, leading the nation in three-pointers made, attempted. The Colonels letting it fly.
You talk about the Colonels, and don't forget about the Bellarmine Knights. Those 2 teams in Kentucky can score with any team in the country.
Landon Showles with the 3.
That's what Showles does. He is a shooter, and that's the first good look he's gotten tonight, and he's able to bury it.
Then Jacksonville State, quietly one of the top in the nation, knocking down 40% of their threes.
And a great opportunity for the Gamecocks tonight in Tuscaloosa at Alabama.
Forrest inside shows the touch and the finish. Speaking of Forrest, I'm excited to see Damian Forrest against some of the ASUN bigs. Tons of great bigs in this league.
No question. It's easy to focus on the guard play in the ASUN because there's so many dynamic scores, so many guys that can shoot the ball. But the post matchups are really where games are going to be won and lost down the stretch in the ASUN. And I can't wait to see those big fellas go to battle in the paint.
And the ASUN's always had strong guard play. It feels like the last 2 to 3 years, though, the post play has really evolved.
No doubt. You look at Asana Sajula, he leads the way when you talk about post players in the ASUN at Lipscomb, and those guys get it done. You had Caleb Holmesley at the 4 spot for Liberty last year. Man, those guys can really play.
A swat from Chapman. Forrest the follow. And finally, the 3rd time's the charm for Damian Forrest.
And how about Damian Forrest staying with it, not giving up there?
Another rebound for Forrest, who's approaching double-double numbers. Chapman wanted it all. He has some contact from Carson, who nearly had a block.
It's just North Alabama just getting out in transition. Chapman gets behind the defense. Easy call for the officials as Carson hits the arm, picks up his 2nd foul.
I don't think it is talked about enough how big of a get Isaac Chapman was for this program. Coming out of Cordova High School, one of the most highly decorated players in Alabama high school basketball history, played on a Campbell team that won the Big South. They went to the NIT, lost in the Big South Championship, I believe. And he started every game but one as a true freshman over there.
No doubt was a key contributor to that championship team. Then goes to Northeast Mississippi Community College, wins a championship there, a regional championship. And so everywhere Isaac Chapman has been, he has won, and you can tell with the intensity he plays.
And right on cue, Isaac Chapman. The feed from Damian Forrest. The big fellas don't need no guards.
No, they don't. Those guys are getting it done right now, and the high flyer Isaac Chapman just lives above the rim.
Holmes fouled on his drive. I love it. Forrest comes away with it. I'll bring it up the floor myself.
And the guard or the post, with Coach Ahmad Smith, they work on their ball handling. It's something they do in individual drills for that reason right there. This team wants to push and transition. When you talk about any of the 5 guys on the floor can put the ball on the bounce, get the break going, it just ignites this North Alabama offense.
Ahmad Smith, an assistant at UNA, works with the post. And look what he's done. He developed the top rebounder in the ASUN for 2 years, had an all-freshman team selection, an all-second team selection in the ASUN. If you're a post player, you'd love to come play for him.
Yeah, come play for Ahmad Smith. Won a junior college national championship. He's coached at Appalachian State and so many places. He's coached professionally. He's seen it at all levels. He's been successful. He pushes you to be a better person, and then because of that, you become a better player.
Chargers charging down the floor. North Alabama gets back. Singletary spins, denied by Forrest.
Great defense by Forrest here in the early going of this second half. He's been active with his hands.
A deep three misses. Chapman and Forrest into double figures, but it's Jamari Blackman from the corner rattling it in, give him 6 points.
Jamari Blackman's just calm, he's patient. He could go get his shot anytime he wants to, but he always waits for it to come to him. Unselfish, knocks down the three. Off the assist from C.J. Brim, you blink, and C.J. Brim's on the other end of the floor.
Mass subs for North Alabama, 5 fresh legs check in. Jamari Blackman, 6 points in this ball game. He's now tied Tommy Ledbetter for the 14th most in program history, 1,179 points. And he's catching a breather on the bench. We're talking about a guy led the team in scoring as a freshman. He's led the team in assists all 3 years. Just an all-around team guy. Howell, there's the arc. Susie the follow, the swat. Susie stays with it. 2 rejections from Cameron McDonald.
Great job by McDonald to stay with it defensively.
The rejections and the McDonald comes up short. Susie turns it over, and it's Southeastern back. 20 points, 12 rebounds for the 2 UNA bigs.
Yeah, those guys got it going early. They've been aggressive. They've been dominant on the boards, doing what they're supposed to do as the leading bigs for this team, and have 7 of the North Alabama points here in this second half.
Southeastern Baptist off of the UNA turnover. Floater from Grover won't fall. Offensive rebound. Second chance, nothing. There's Cisse.
Grover and Peoples have really brought a lot of energy for Southeastern Baptist.
Ortiz sneaks all the way through for the bucket.
Good job by Ortiz in transition, get to the rim, able to get that down.
Back the other way, a quick attack from Holmes, misses. 5 freshmen on the floor for North Alabama. Figueroa, he's perfect. Oh, he's got the touch. No, wave it off. Come on.
The official's gonna say it hit the shot clock. What a bounce right there by Figueroa. When you're hot, you're hot. And he got the roll right there, just the unfortunate break off the shot clock.
He's saying, hey man, I'm still perfect.
No doubt he will. I know him well enough to know he'll say that after the game. He'll say, I know it goes down as a miss, but he'll count it for himself.
All right, Matt, help me out with the rule. It hits the shot clock, so it's dead. Can it touch the top of the backboard?
It can hit the top of the backboard. It can't go over, and it can't hit the shot clock. But if it hits the top of the backboard and comes back, it's a live ball.
Keenan Peoples at the line. Hits the first. I think that's something that gets lost with a lot of people. It can hit the top of the backboard.
It can bounce literally on top of the backboard and come back into play, and it's a live ball. It's happened as if it goes over it. And even if the player goes behind the backboard and throws it over back into play, that's a live ball as well. It's just when it hits and goes back towards the baseline, is it now a dead ball?
Figueroa. Hey, he got it back real quick.
Yeah, and gave a quick glance to the sideline like he's still feeling it, ready to go. Plays with a bounce and an energy. As you said, these freshmen are fearless for North Alabama.
He's extended his career high to 16. Hard foul on the drive from Holmes.
Holmes just gets right into the teeth of the defense. Pop Cisse reaching in right there. Couldn't get in help. Kind of shielded off there by number 12, Singletary. Good job giving Holmes just enough of a gap to get to the free throw line.
Larry Holmes Jr. to the line. Perfect afternoon for Southeastern Baptist from the charity stripe, make it now 6 of 6.
And the Chargers, you know, they've had a rough go. Got off to a slow start. Drove up from Laurel, Mississippi, about a 4.5-hour ride this morning. That's tough to get out of the vans, get your legs under you, and play against a relentless team like North Alabama.
Cisse working his way in, misses, gets his own miss for the easy putback.
Great job by Cisse to not give up on it. Got a tough break on the miss, was able to get his own rebound and clean it up using those long arms to his advantage.
Cisse had 4 offensive rebounds against Auburn the other night, all in the first half. There's an offensive rebound and a putback underneath for Glenn Grover Jr. Figueroa misses in front of his teammates. Fight for the rebound. There's Cisse. And finally, he loses the handle, taken away by Peoples. Susi, an interception. Figueroa around the world, showing off now.
A slight little fadeaway on that transition jumper. Good two-man game between he and his freshman buddy, Daniel Ortiz.
A rejection on the other end. Ortiz, the pull-up. Count it! The bench liked that. Timeout taken. 11-0 run at the moment. Benjamin Ray, Matt Daniels back with you. Matt, we've been saying these young guns are fearless. Showcasing that here in this second half.
They're absolutely doing that and doing it on the defensive end as well. You talk about those guys are getting it done. They force some steals. There have been some blocks by a couple of those freshmen, Pop Cisse, Daniel Ortiz. These young guys understand what it takes for Coach Pujols to trust you and give you the minutes that you get, and so far they continue to earn the trust of this coaching staff.
It's just the 12th turnover by Southeastern Baptist. Daraje Igbalsi checks in for the first time. And Will Susi is the old guy on the floor. He's a second-year freshman. The other 4 players, true freshmen.
It's crazy to think that a super freshman is the most experienced player on the floor, but that's also a sign of positivity if you're a North Alabama fan. As good as this team is, they're really, really young and have poised themselves as the transition to Division I ends after this season. Next season, eligible to go to the NCAA tournament. This is the trajectory you want to be on if you're North Alabama basketball.
Year 3 playing for the A-Sun Championship, trying to build off last season's success. Tony Pujols said it the other night after Auburn. He loves this team. Close group. Grover gets to the rack. Flowers Hall with you. Final home game of 2021 for North Alabama. The Lions slated to go on a 2-game road trip after this. Still 11 and some change left in this second half. Susi the turnover on the drive.
Susi's going to get that turnover, but Agbasi's got to stay wide in the corner to give Susi a better passing lane. The North Alabama offense is designed when the player drives baseline to kick it to the corner into their spot, and Agbasi didn't hold his spot. That leads to the turnover.
Figueroa steal, gives it back. McDonald soars high.
McDonald's continued to play hard this second half. We've seen him get a couple rejections, get down the floor in transition, and right there gets up above the rim.
Back to the zone for Southeastern Baptist. Susi steps in. His deep 2 takes 2 laps around before falling in.
Good job by Susi to knock that down.
Grover's 3 short. Figueroa, game high, career high, 18 points. Montic. Oh, from the right wing, he drills it.
Montic took advantage of the space that Cameron McDonald gave him. Montic is a dynamic 3-point shooter off the ball screen, and Montic is able to knock it down.
McDonald from straight away misses again. North Alabama shooting it over 58% from the field. 13 threes. Igbalsi can't hit that one.
Igbalsi wide open right there, just couldn't knock it down, but it's been a total dominant offensive performance for this North Alabama team.
Figueroa, another steal. 2-on-1. Takes it all the way. Igbalsi follows. No, excuse me, that's Cisse. Susi, 3rd time's the charm.
Chargers slow getting back in defense. That could have been any lines right there, but it's Susi who's the benefactor.
Holmes, the pull-up, swishes that one in. Matic, count it.
It's a walk in the park for Matic when he's that wide open, nobody coming at him. He's been doing that his whole life in empty gyms, and I'm sure that's what that three felt like.
14 threes for North Alabama, just 4 off the school record. McDonald again can't find the three. But you love the way Susie grabs the rebound and just sprints. Finds Igbausi, who wanted the slam. Not quite on the same page right there.
Yeah, you saw them talking to each other right there, give each other a high five. Just not on the same page, but you're right about Will Susie. When he gets the basketball, he's gone. He's pushing in transition. He's got speed and athleticism with the ball. Just got to continue to make the right play.
Sawyer Wright checks in, a true freshman, second-year freshman from Tuscumbia, Alabama. You got to be careful. Rosters, classifications.
Yeah, a lot of double eligibility here going on, but Sawyer Wright, such a program guy from right across the river, good representative of the Shoals on their chest. Played at Deschler High School here locally, does all the right things for this team. Great teammate, works hard, he's unselfish, understands his role as a walk-on on this team, and continues to elevate his play and his teammates.
North Alabama scored the first 17 in this ball game. Susie wide open, there it is. 50-point lead for North Alabama. Ball game, 22 assists, 4 players in double figures. A lot to look at.
Total team effort, only 2 guys that have played have not scored for this North Alabama team, so that makes 11 guys in the scoring column. 32 points in the paint, 21 points in transition, 51 points off the bench. This team just been dynamic offensively, trusting each other, sharing the basketball, and going at it in the right way.
McDonald lets it fly. He misses another 3. Omar Figueroa, 18 points. Igbausi knifing through. I mean, you just look, UNA's leading scorer on this season, Daniel DJ Ortiz, 8 points. It's been his fellow freshman Figueroa leading the way. Matic. That one comes up just a smidge short. Rebound stays with North Alabama. Matic, the extra pass. Igbausi offensive rebound, putback misses. And finally, it's Cameron McDonald with it.
Tough breaks for Matic and Igbausi. Good looks, just couldn't get him to go.
Figueroa. Hey, he's got 18 points, and he's doing it on the defensive end as well.
Yeah, Figueroa's been really good defensively. Haven't talked about that enough for him. Right there, getting back in transition, taking the charge. He's got 2 steals already. And I know in your world, Benjamin Ray, you'd give him a 3rd steal on that play right there, taking that charge.
It goes as a turnover for the ball handler. The defender that absorbs it does the real work. They need to get something. Wright's jumper won't go. Matic battling. Charger basketball.
And you have to love as you watch this North Alabama team, it doesn't matter the score, the time, the opponent, the place. They're going to play very hard as they can for 40 minutes. They never back down, and that's why this team's going to be so tough come ASUN play, because for 40 minutes, you're going to get their best effort.
If you listen closely during games, a foul on the drive. Sawyer Wright picks it up. Tony Poolhole can be heard yelling, finish, compete. Jordan Hill at the line.
Yeah, he wants them to complete this game. You've started so well. You've played it right. Now finish the right way. Continue to put your identity on display, your standards, how you want this game to be played.
So after the first miss at the free throw line in the ball game, Hill hits the second for the Chargers. Susie lost the handle.
You can see the frustration off Susie. He was trying to get it quickly. He was going to pitch it right back to Omar Figueroa, who's going to be wide open for three, but just couldn't get the handles on it. And that's what you love about Susie, is he's frustrated because he was trying to be unselfish. It just didn't go the right way for him.
You see how competitive someone is after something like that.
No question, the fire they have, want to win, want to do things the right way, and that's really this whole North Alabama team from top to bottom.
Figueroa grabs the miss, sprints, the pull-up, give him 20.
That's as easy as it comes, just to step into it, transition, two-point, pull-up, classic. If you're a fan of basketball, you gotta love the 1-2 step in, pull-up jumper.
The backdoor cut, Hill not able to handle it. 16 turnovers committed by the Chargers now. We approach the final quarter of this second half. Final 5 minutes rolling in. Figueroa, he's been on fire. He's not done yet. He's got 23.
If you're going to leave number 4 unguarded, he's going to make you pay, and that's exactly what happened right there. Nobody for the Chargers closes out, and Figueroa now up to 23 points for the Lions.
Montic helping out underneath. Carson blocked. McDonald finally hits a three.
And good pass there from Hill, the extra pass to get McDonald that three ball for the Chargers.
Igbousy pulls up. Montic, another hustle play. Wright misses underneath. He's fouled.
All hustle, as you said, for North Alabama. Great job attacking in transition. Montic gets the rebound unselfish, lets Sawyer Wright get involved in it, takes a foul, and now number 10 stands at the free throw line.
Right at the line. You mentioned it, from Tuscumbia, Alabama. And the jersey UNA is wearing the Shoals. That represents his hometown, the Shoals area community. It's all Lion territory. Marion Carson can't do that.
Carson leaned in on the screen there. You got to stay solid as a big, stay up and down. That way when you make that contact, it's not an illegal screen.
UNA 3 points from crossing the century mark for the third time this 92, 127-57. 16 threes, 2 off the school record of 18. As Igbousy inside draws the foul. That three-point record set back in 2013. Trevenka Nazarene. Just after Matt Daniels had left as a coach at UNA.
Yeah, that was a fun team. You had Nathan Spear, you had Bruce Adams, you had a lot of guys who could spread the floor, could really knock down shots. I think DeMario Jackson had entered the program at that point too, and so there were a lot of guys in that era that could really shoot the three, and that was a fun team that went on to win the GSC championship that year. Fun group that Coach Champagne and staff had put together that year, really embodied what a North Alabama student athlete should be.
Montic snags that one. Susie from the corner. Long rebound to Figueroa. Igbousy, his try from three. Figueroa's everywhere. And he misses.
And all these PWI football players in attendance are wanting North Alabama to get to 100 so bad. They're on the edge of their seats every time the shot goes up right now.
Jordan Hill draws the charge. 53 rebounds for North Alabama.
Personal foul on the Lions, number 23, Aaron J. Bowski at the line, shooting number 1.
Chargers have been 8 of 9 from the line. Next for North Alabama, a road trip down to Orlando to take on Central Florida. Coach Dawkins down there having a great season. They've been off for about a week now. They had a game canceled against Florida State. You know, they're eager to get back.
No doubt, and that's a potential NCAA tournament team out of the American Athletic Conference. Really good squad by Coach Dawkins, bring back a lot of experience. They're going to be big and tough. And really for North Alabama, it's a tough stretch right here because then you go to Gonzaga. You got to play Chet Holmgren and company up there right after Christmas. And then no slouches starting the conference season in Jacksonville State and Lipscomb. It's going to be ready. It's going to be go time now for North Alabama once this buzzer hits 0.
Chesky just snuck into the game. 7 on the shot clock for Naylor. Wild shot. And the Chargers have 1 second to get a shot off.
You have to be smart right here if you're North Alabama. Don't pick up a foul. Keep your hands where the officials can show them. Stay vertical. Force something tough going away from the basket.
There's the lob. There's the shot clock violation. North Alabama and Lipscomb have had some good games the last 2-3 years. And I feel like it's been the road team the last 2 seasons getting those wins.
Yeah, it usually has been the road team's been the benefactor, minus the first time those 2 teams played. I think Lipscomb scored 64 points in the first half, and now Garrison Matthews, who just recently signed a contract with the Houston Rockets last night, was really good in that game. But that Lipscomb game is always fun. It's a couple-hour difference, so the fans get into it, and it's usually a fun atmosphere.
Of course, big question marks with Lipscomb. Asana Sajula, what's his status? He's missed the last handful. Great guard play up there.
Yeah, and they've got a North Alabama native in Tommy Murr that's getting some minutes off the bench. Highly touted recruit.
Carson, with 1 second, beats the shot clock.
Sawyer Wright got caught sleeping in the paint right there, and Carson makes him pay at the buzzer.
Bouncy, right to the rack, wild blocker charge. What do we got? It's a charge.
Yeah, Bouncy was out of control right there on the drive. Good job by the Chargers to step in, take that charge. The guy's out of control, and so take advantage. And kudos to the Chargers. They could have thrown in the towel, but they haven't done that.
And it gets tougher for the Chargers. Jackson State. Then they get into some league play. Bouncy gets it back. The freshman loses his step, draws the foul. He might have twisted up an ankle.
Yeah, that's a scary feeling. Even if you didn't twist an ankle, you feel like you did when you lose your footing as a basketball player. It's one of the most scary feelings for those guys. But good for him to walk it off. Officials get the floor wipe, let him catch his breath as he heads to the free throw line.
In-house promotion. They hit 100 free queso at a local Mexican restaurant, Rosie's Cantina. Fans want the queso.
Fans definitely want the queso. It's a local favorite. I know of one family in particular that'll be very excited.
And there's free queso. Might have drawn the loudest cheer of the night.
No doubt about it. You can't do anything but get excited about free queso.
And a great shot there from Christian Incheski.
How about Incheski right there with a hand in his face from Modic, able to knock it down. Get some love from Grover Jr. on the bench.
Figueroa called for an offensive foul. Look at his line, 23 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Rebound to Igbalsi, Susi, Matic, right. Everyone touched it.
Classic fast break basketball right there. Just keep the ball off the floor, share it, easy layup for Sawyer Wright.
Figueroa gets it back. Susi running, catches in stride.
Great pass from Alexa Matic, a little loft right there. Get some air under it, and Susi with the classic left foot, right hand layup in transition.
Susi up to 12. Final minute. That goes down as the 21st turnover for Southeastern Baptist. Hey, Matt, as this game comes to a close, 39 seconds left, we want to give another shout out to our director, producer, our fearless leader, Eddie Forsyth. Wrapped up his final full day of work at UNA on Friday, retiring after a number of years, serving UNA, filming everything. Sawyer Wright knocks home the jumper. And his wife, Jenny, both retiring. A trip to Disney coming up, I know. Eddie will still be around directing some games, but congratulations yet again.
Yeah, well-deserved, well-earned retirement for a guy who does things the right way and leads us so well. Fun to be around, always puts a smile on my face and my family's face, and so thankful for him, and congratulations to Eddie.
So the clock strikes 0 here in Florence, North Alabama, a 66.